Yeah, let's go. Shout out the mountain and fish. I got Iggy and Woods doing right for the culture. If you just here for the views and the likes and just put on the mic, you a vulture. They let me down, but the raps did it. They let me down, but the switch didn't. They let me down, but the raps did it. They let me down, but the switch didn't.
This is your boy Iggy.
It's your boy Woods.
You are now tuned in to another episode of Hip Hop Hoops Podcast. Guys, man, continue to keep running them subs up. When you guys see that thumbs up, just click that thumbs up for me. Click it on all the videos.
Real talk, man.
Keep watching the videos. Keep sharing the videos. Keep running them subs up. Yeah, man. Keep supporting Hip Hop Hoops, man. We are the culture. Shout out to Title League, Distant Cousins.
Distant Cousins, baby. And to all the family and friends, man, when we send you that link, please click on the link and watch the episode before you give back any feedback. You know what I mean? That would help out majorly.
Yes, watch them before you guys come for us, just watch the videos, man. Watch the episodes. We got really, really good, amazing content. And it'll answer a lot of questions.
Back though.
It'll answer a lot of questions.
A whole lot of questions.
If you guys got any questions, man. We are for the city, trust me. Trust and believe, man.
Real
Shout out Title League, Distant Cousins for sure. Shout out Kent. What's good, brother? Let's get into it, man. Let's get into the show. Toronto Raptors. Our beloved Toronto Raptors.
Yes.
This year they got one national televised game. What is your thoughts? Do the Raptors deserve more televised game?
No.
Good?
I think one is good. I think one is showing us as Raptor fans that there's still a little bit of belief in what we're trying to do. The product that we're going to put on the floor. The product that we're going to put on the floor is going to be healthy. The product that we're going to put on the floor is going to have a training camp together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Coach is going to have an opportunity to really get that 0.5 offense and his philosophies, through training camp on point.
So this will be the first training camp as a whole as far as RJ Quickly.
Yes.
And Scotty.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
And you know what I mean? Shout out the size that G Dick put on. You know what I mean? Control alt delete.
Whoa.
But he does.
Whoa.
He's looking good. Bro, man. He definitely put on some size.
It is way too early for that. Listen, we gotta keep any. I don't even know what to call that boy no more, man.
Come on, man. G Dick, B. Come on.
Oh,
but
man.
I'm looking forward to his development this season. Yeah, it's all good if they give us one national season game. I think they have us down for Vegas has us down for winning 30 games anyway.
30 games?
Yeah, I think we're gonna.
That was my next question.
I think we're gonna go over that. I personally think maybe like a 35.
So
36.
what is your expectations for the Raptors this year?
My expectations is
full training camp,
healthy. Yep. I expect
everybody's got paid.
Right. I expect Scotty Barnes to get a MIP minimum, most improved player award.
Okay.
I expect him to continue to lead the team in the majority of the statistic categories: points, rebounds, steals, blocks, assists. I expect him to do his damn thing. I expect Quickly to really show out. You know what I mean? I feel like he complements Scotty Barnes to the T. RJ had a great Olympics, so carry that into the league. And, we have a nice little big three, 35 wins. I mean, I feel like we're going to be better than Charlotte, Detroit. I want to throw Atlanta and Miami in there. I want to throw in Brooklyn as well. We're obviously we're in the Atlantic. It's going to be tough. The East has got better, but at the same time, the Atlantic just got a whole lot better. It was I don't even know if we won a game in the Atlantic last year, except maybe we beat Brooklyn maybe once.
Wow!
But we took a lot of L's in that Atlantic division. I think we'll be a lot better though. And I feel like 35.
35?
33 to 35.
33 to 35 wins.
Yes. It's going to be higher than 30, though, for sure.
Okay, so no playoffs.
Play in.
I
think we'll be around that 8-10 spot.
You're coming around, bro. You're coming around. You are. That was a real genuine take right there. I appreciate that. Listen, guys, I want to know, what do you guys feel the Raptors were I'm not even gonna ask that question because no one's gonna answer that we deserved more than one nationally televised game. So I'm not even gonna ask that
One is
question.
good, man. One is good. Hopefully,
At least we got one.
we stay under the radar and we just upset
Yeah,
teams, man. We
but
just upset
I'm
teams.
gonna ask. I'm gonna ask guys. I want to know what do you think the record? What do you think the Raptors' record is gonna be this year? Let us know in the comments. And do you think we're gonna make the playoffs? That's a better
Okay.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a better question.
All right.
So and Edwards.
Gotta love him.
Yeah, he was in. He got a response. We talked about Ant Edwards last week.
Yeah.
About his comments about, and it's so funny. You have the 90 or you have the 80s on
Come
your
on, baby.
on your shirt right there,
Shout
representing
out.
Zeke.
You know what I mean? And shout out
Yeah,
Bobby Lennon, man. You know
yeah.
what I
Shout
mean?
out
You
to
already know what it
Bobby.
is, baby.
Yeah, he got the illest shirts in the game.
Illest
So
shirts in the game,
you know, we'll
man.
copy some shirts from our guy right there.
You know what I
But
mean?
for people who don't know what Anthony Edwards said, he said that he doesn't no players from the 90s had skills except Jordan. Jordan was the
Right.
only player who had skills.
Right.
So I guess Magic Johnson and Stephen A. Smith, they were on a show.
Right.
I don't know, they're doing some live show, and Stephen A. Smith asked Magic about it.
Right.
And Magic's comments were, I don't speak to guys who never won a championship.
Drop the mic.
So, but then he didn't end it there. He said, I don't even know if he won a championship in college. I don't even know if he won a championship in high school. Magic usually takes the high road on a lot of things,
Right.
but I can tell that he's annoyed.
Right.
He's annoyed, and I think a lot of the older guys who paved the way for some of these young guys
Right.
are getting annoyed of the disrespect.
Right.
Like, we got to get rid of the whole plumber talk
Right.
and the whole, done with the 90s. That was a good moment. Like, let's get back to basketball and showing respect to some of the guys who were there before us.
Paved the way.
I'm
Exactly.
a big, advocate for that. I always like to show, the guys who came before me.
Right.
I always try to show them love.
Definitely.
The Mike
Always.
Georges, the friggin' Jerome Robinsons, the Bobby
Straight up.
Allens, the Mike Smiths, the Wayne. Those are my guys. So I always
Right.
show love to those guys. Though they paved the way for me. But
Facts.
it's for whatever reason, the young kids, they don't care to respect those guys. It's always, oh, you old heads. It's the old head this, old head that. I just don't get it. But what is your thoughts on Magic's comments?
Well, he nailed it on the head, man, in regards to, passing, scoring, rebounding. Those are all skills.
Yes.
But
He's
what
a
Ma
6'9" point guard.
right?
You
But
gotta be skilled.
Magic nailed it on the head. Nailed it on the head in regards to winning is a skill. You know what I mean? And people forget that part. You know what I mean? It really takes a lot of skill and a little bit of luck. But more so, you gotta know how to win. You gotta
This is
know how to be
facts.
a winner.
This
You
is
know what I
facts, yeah.
mean? And Magic, Isaiah, MJ, Bird,
All
you know what I
winners.
mean? All winners. You know what I mean? So like, and there's more, obviously. But yeah, I think he just had enough. He had to let it be known, like, all right, you guys can jump out the gym. You guys are athletic as uber athletic. Like, you know what I mean? But you guys are not winners. So before you guys start talking all this, win.
It's so crazy. Me and my guy, we were talking last night, me and X, and we were talking about Paul George. And he goes, I don't understand this whole Paul George where kids are like, Paul George is my GOAT.
Right.
He goes, that mother effer don't win shit. He don't win shit.
Looks
He goes,
pretty,
what?
though.
He goes, he looked pretty. He looked
Look
nice
pretty.
out there.
Looks nice
But
out
he
there,
goes,
man.
that he ain't no dog.
Right.
He goes, Clyde Drexler or Paul George. He goes, who you got? I said, well, I'm going with Clyde because Clyde is more of a dog.
And Clyde's a winner.
And he's a winner. He's a dog, right?
Right.
He's won in Houston in college. I'm not sure about high school, but he's won in college.
And he won at the pro level.
He won at the pro level.
Yeah.
And he's a dog. He didn't fear Jordan. He didn't back down.
Nope.
Paul George, it looks pretty.
Right.
It looks good. And Paul George is one of my favorite players. And he's one of my favorite players because of that. It
Right.
looks good.
It really looks good, man.
Smooth.
Yeah, man.
Looks
Smooth operator.
nice.
But it doesn't translate to chips.
But it doesn't translate to wins. He's soft. He's not a dog. And it's interesting because at any other time I would say, damn, Paul George and Embiid, oh, they're gonna terrorize.
And Maxey.
Are they gonna be healthy together?
We don't know.
Are they gonna that's a question. That's a serious question.
Right.
Are they gonna be healthy?
Right.
So listen, I understand Magic with his comments. I think the older generation, they're just annoyed. Like you never hear MJ say anything.
No.
Like
Well, you know he's talking his shit.
I would love to
I
hear what he
remember
said.
when Stephen A. Said Steph Curry's the best point guard in the
Mm,
NBA, and then the next day he got a text from MJ saying Magic is, and like
yes.
you know what I mean. So I think you really gotta say something that will trigger him. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And
So
Magic said in Magic, he just ran all the friggin'
yeah, he
point
just ran
guard,
the yeah
you
yeah
know,
yeah
stats. Like I own them all.
right
Plus I got five. What are we
right
talking about here? But I think it's a thing where the players, the older players are feeling disrespected now by these young guys, and
right.
they're just like enough is enough. We're gonna start hitting back now. Like,
But my thing is like it was the older guys, regardless if it was a Magic or one of the other goats. Somebody that used to look up to those guys on their journey on trying to become a pro and probably didn't become a pro, end
mm,
up becoming an AAU coach or a youth developer when
right.
it comes to or a youth basketball coach, teaching these young guys the game that they learned
Mm,
from the Magics, the Isaiahs, the MJs and stuff. So I'm like, bro, regardless, and his coach probably looked up to MJ and those guys.
probably,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So
Yeah.
comes back full circle. The younger generation, I'm not saying they're spoiled, but they're super entitled.
Mm,
Um, we the older guys kind of paved the way for them. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
they're reaping the benefits heavy, and they're not really thinking at the moment
Hmm.
on who got them there.
I want to know who you guys taking, Clyde Drexler or Anthony Edwards. Let me know in the comments.
All
I want to
right.
know. I want to know. But moving along to KG. So it's a similar topic. All these guys got their shows now, but
Yeah.
you got Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. They were on a show, and Kevin Garnett said that he doesn't believe any player in today's NBA would be able to play 20 years
Mhm.
20 years ago. And
Mhm.
he said some interesting things where he stated that, you're not doing no triple jab,
A triple step
step
back.
back.
Right.
If you don't make it, like you're not playing. And then he said like the locker rooms are so different from today that they
Yeah.
like you were dealing with real men, like
Grown
real
men.
grown men groomed these guys,
Right.
the rookies, like
Right.
KGs, OGs, and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
He said he Sam Mitchell was one of his
Yeah,
OGs, right?
exactly, right? So
Right.
he had some serious mentorship, and he goes, he doesn't feel like the younger guys have like a real good mentorship.
Other than the ladies that they picking up.
Well,
You know what I mean?
is that really a mentorship?
I don't know if that's mentorship, but
No,
dag,
not at
man.
all.
You know what
But
I mean? They be taking them dollars,
that is a fact.
right?
But what's your thoughts on KG stating
Yeah, I
like
mean,
no player in today? Like, when you think about, I don't know, that's a tough one for me
that's a
to
tough one.
say.
I think because of the rule change,
Mm,
it's really hard to give an answer. But at the same time, I'm going to give an answer. I think you put any of the players now, back then, and back then to now, they'll adapt. They'll
mm,
adapt. But, in regards to the flopping and the complaining, that shit ain't gonna cut it in the 90s and the
yeah,
2000s.
yeah.
So players like the Hardens, the Lucas, that the LeBrons at time, or the older LeBron. I mean that they complaining all the time. I don't know where that's gonna how far that's gonna get you. I remember
Hmm.
Isaiah Thomas back in the day said MJ was complaining to the league. Fam, you literally getting clotheslined. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
he was getting
He was getting
clotheslined.
he was getting them Jordan rules were serious.
Yeah,
So of course you have to complain a little bit, but there's no Jordan rules happening now.
no,
The way these guys be flopping and stuff. You know
no.
what I mean? So
I think it's a difficult one there, because of the rules, how they were in the 90s. I think a lot of the players would struggle.
mm,
I absolutely do because it's like it's kind of almost like FIBA rules in a sense of
yeah.
how the physicality. Like I seen in the Olympics this year, I seen MB doing his up fake and trying to get to the line, and they're like,
Fuck, you ain't
"No,
getting where we going with
you're
that?
not getting that shit.
Right.
So get back on defense."
Right.
So and then you see how guys play in the Olympics. Like they don't. I don't see guys go off like
Right.
like the way they go off in the NBA. Like
Mhm.
Devin Booker don't look like Devin Booker how he is in the Phoenix Suns. And people are gonna say, well, he's playing with a shitload of talent.
Right.
But we seen the last Olympics when the talent level wasn't that great. Like they didn't send their
Right.
so-called
The
Avengers.
right.
KD was there, but you had, what's his name? Like Booker and Lillard didn't look
Right.
like Booker and Lillard in the
Right.
NBA.
Right.
You know, and then when you look at certain NBA guys, like when they go to Europe and they play, they're like, oh shit, they about to go for 50.
Yeah.
And they don't get they average like 18
Yo,
or 15.
Pat Bev just had his debut last
Oh
night.
damn.
3 points, 6 assists,
3.6 assists
15
in
minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
And
like,
people thought, yo, Pat Bev about to go out there and cook.
right.
Mm,
We'll see.
we'll see.
We'll see. But
So
yeah,
I think
that was a great point in regards to the FIBA. Is the FIBA game is the most closest type of game
to the
to the
90s.
90s,
Yeah.
2000s. So
So I just look at it like that, and I don't see like Jason Tatum looks phenomenal with the Lakers, but
with
he
the
don't look
Celtics.
like I mean sorry with the Celtics. Ugh, that was a
Yeah.
horrible. He looks phenomenal with the Celtics, but if you when you put him on the Olympic team, he doesn't look like he don't look like that.
Right.
Why is that? Like, why don't guys? It's just it's just the physicality for me. I think that's the only difference, and I think that's the main
Yeah.
thing that KG is talking
KG's
about.
talking about the rule change and
Just the
yeah,
way
I
you
mean,
could, the guy said you can just arm bar a guy and just
right,
funnel his ass out of bounds.
right. So KG said you got to be efficient.
Yes, you gotta be
That
efficient.
efficiency's kind of out the out the gym right
Only
now.
a few guys. You got KD, you got LeBron is pretty efficient.
Right.
You know, those guys are
Right,
shooting
right,
over
right.
50.
As a collective though, like, you know what I mean? And another thing that kind of stuck out to me was KG saying, you know, it's just back then the league was just too grown. You know what I
Mm,
mean? It's not as grown anymore. So
I
that's a huge part.
I agree with that because grown men, and this is what I said to me and Hong. We had a conversation. We were talking about um if LeBron. We were talking about '96 draft, and we are talking about 2003.
Yeah.
So
96 all day. But
he
anyway.
didn't he didn't know like Derek Fisher was a late first round pick.
Right.
Like when we started going deep into the
Yeah.
draft,
Him and Kobe came the same time.
like he didn't understand like oh snap like they got a lot of depth like obviously 2003 got Wade and then you got
I thought it was very
Bosh.
top heavy, but it's still a
It's very
phenomenal,
it's top heavy,
phenomenal
and
draft
then you got
class.
guys like Kirk Heinrich and you got a few guys that are solid 10-year players,
Yeah.
but yo, you have Antoine Walker who was a all-star.
Yep.
Ray Allen was
Yep.
an all-star. Stephon Marbury was an
Yep.
all-star. Iverson was an
Yep.
all-star. Marcus Camby was an all-star at one
Yep.
point.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash was an all-star.
Yep.
Kobe Bryant obviously is an all-star.
Yep.
So you have like that's 7.
Right.
And I know I'm forgetting some, but we were
I
talking
think Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim was
Right.
an all-star. That's 8. So he didn't
Kerry
understand.
Kittles.
He didn't. I'm not sure if Kerry Kittles was an all-star, but he was a
Yeah.
good solid 10-year
Solid.
pro.
Yeah.
But he didn't understand how good of a player Sharif Abdul-Rahim was.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm like Sharif was a freaking dog.
He was a dog still.
Yeah, like he was nice. So he
Right.
tried to compare him to like
And it's crazy. He had his
West.
best years, I felt, with the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
But even when he went to Atlanta, he was still cooking.
He was
But
still
I felt he got more praise when he was at Atlanta
he was still
than at
cooking.
Vancouver.
He played
but
his most important basketball with the Sacramento Kings because that's when he made his playoff runs.
Yeah.
But yeah, he played well still as an
Mhm.
Atlanta Hawk. But where I was going was I was stating that I felt like even in the '96 draft, if you put LeBron James coming out of high school back in that '96 class, he says, "Do you still take Braun number 1 or are you still going with Iverson?" And I
Mhm.
said, "Well, it's a different time."
Right.
And I said, "I just think that people will go with Iverson still
Right.
because of what he did for those 2 years at Georgetown." I think it was undeniable at what
Undeniable.
he did. I think him and I think like a Tim Duncan. I think those guys were like undeniable number 1 draft picks.
Right.
That was my only thing. I felt like, you know, the NBA would still pick Iverson. And the reason why I was saying that is because I think what he did was undeniable. Plus, I think the league was just different. It was a grown man league.
Right.
I don't think that the NBA gives LeBron the keys to a team
Facts.
like that back then. I think I'm not saying he's not gonna be a good player or he's gonna be a bum, but I think it's just like when he came in with the Cavs 2003, they here.
But remember, Darius Miles, Boozer, them on there were like, nah.
And they were like, nah, they were still, they were hating. They were hating. And they were like, nah, there ain't no high school guy coming in. But
Right.
they didn't, I think it was just totally different. So when people get at Kobe, like, oh, Kobe didn't start to go off to like
Right.
2-3 years. Once Kobe was able to get in the game,
Right.
He went off.
And they had Eddie Jones sometimes,
and they had Eddie
They had
Jones,
to get
Nick
rid of
Van,
Eddie Jones.
yeah,
like,
Nick Van X. So they
Yeah,
had
like-
guys. So that's my only thing. And I want to hear from people in the comments about this. I want to know, who would you still, if LeBron James came out in the '96 draft, do you draft LeBron James over Allen Iverson still, or does he go number one? Who goes number one? That's what I want to know. In the '96 draft, if LeBron James is in that class, in that draft, who goes number one? Allen Iverson or LeBron James? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the greatest power forward of all times.
Yeah.
Who do you have as the greatest power forward of all time?
Well, I got there's a few to select from. You got obviously Rasheed Wallace, obviously Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett. I put in Chris Bosh,
No.
Dirk Nowitzki,
Oh yeah,
Chris Webber. You know what I mean?
That's who you have in there?
That's who I have. At the power forward spot, most dominant, top. Yes.
What?
That's who I got.
You got Tim Duncan?
Yes.
So where's Barkley? Where's Malone at?
Barkley, Malone. They should be in there. My apologies.
Malone is like top 4 in scoring of all time.
But I mean that was a lot of pick and roll, man.
It don't matter how you get it. You got it.
That was a lot of running the lanes.
Listen,
John Stockton feed him.
He's
Those
an
two
MVP. Like Rasheed Wallace ain't got those type of numbers.
He ain't got those type of numbers. But I look at like whose game back then could last in today's game.
What,
You know what
what
I
game
mean?
could translate? Whose game
Translate,
could-
I should say.
Okay, so
You know what I mean?
so you only get one. Who's your one?
You know what? I was listening to Dr. Umar the other day. You know what I mean? And he brought up a great point. He was like, "Oh, Rasheed Wallace." You know what I mean? But I looked at his numbers. His numbers weren't the greatest. You know what I mean?
And I love Rasheed.
And I love Rasheed. I love Rasheed.
Yo, okay, what are you talking about?
I love Rasheed.
Yo,
You know what I
it's
mean?
too early for this, man. What are you talking about?
But in regards to the number one, I would have to go with. It's a tough one, man. I'll still go with Tim Duncan.
Okay,
Tim Duncan.
that makes sense.
I'll go with Duncan, man. Duncan. Garnett's a second, but yeah, Duncan was that guy.
I'm gonna go with Tim Duncan as well. Yeah, it's hard to like argue.
Yeah,
Argue with Timmy.
15-time All-Star.
Yeah, give us the rundown.
10-time first team, 3-time second team, 2-time third team. All in total, 15-time total All NBA, 8-time defensive first team, 7-time defensive second team. You know what I mean? 15 total all defensives. You know what
Just
I
a
mean? That's
flat-out
15 and
winner.
15. 4 rings, I believe. You know what I mean? Was it five rings. Five rings.
Yeah,
Right? Like I said, man. Yeah.
just a flat out winner.
Yeah.
Just a flat out winner. Like, I don't know. I can't argue with that. Mine is, I don't know where you were going with the whole Rasheed Wallace stuff, and not put Barkley. Like, Barkley got to be there. I know he has no chips, but he has to be there.
No. Definitely Barkley and Karl Malone, definitely.
They have to be in the mix, way over Rasheed Wallace. And I loved Sheed. I was one of the biggest Sheed fans when he came. Well, he's from Philadelphia, came out of Philly. I forget what high school he went. He went to Simon Gratz High School in Philly. This is how I was such a fan of Sheed. He came into North Carolina, him and Stackhouse, and I'll never forget those games when he was playing against Duke. And he had about 7 dunks.
Right.
And Stackhouse had that infamous dunk when he came on the other side and dunked and one.
I remember that.
Sheed, he was my guy.
Right.
I had that poster when he was on that stealth, and he was like, he was posed like this, and he was on that stealth bomber plane, and he was in this clouds. It was which magazine? Sports Illustrated.
Right.
So I was the biggest Sheed guy, but again, when I do these things of top players, I have to be honest.
You got to be honest. So if you were to pick between Barkley and Malone over or Webber and Rasheed, who you going with?
I'm going with Barkley and Malone all day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, not even close.
Not even close?
Yeah. C-Web had all the skill set to be one of the greatest ever, but he's just not a dog.
Right.
He has no dog in him.
But-
Sheed is a dog.
Right.
Malone is a dog. Barkley's a dog. Sheed, he's a cat.
Oh no.
He's a cat. He's soft.
Wow.
Yo, he's 6'10", 250 or 260, athletic.
Mm-hmm. She'd won a chip though.
Had a little. No, I'm talking. This is Weber.
Oh, you're talking Weber. Sorry. Okay.
Like
Yeah.
had a little handle, had a little jump shot.
He did beat.
Can't
He
win
did.
shit.
He did beat Barkley and Malone as a college student athlete
Oh man.
when they beat the Dream Team. You know what I mean? Nobody's seen the footage to that game, but he was probably working on power forwards though.
Chris Webber is not a top 10 power forward of all time.
I'm
gonna call it right now. I'm picking.
No, he has to be a top 10.
I'm picking. Listen, we'll debate this.
He has to be a top 10.
We'll debate this, but we are both going with Karl Malone. I mean, Tim Duncan as the greatest power forward of all time.
Yes.
Let us know who you guys feel is the greatest power forward of all time. Let us know in the comments for sure.
All right.
But I want to know who is your top 5 power forwards now.
Right now?
Right now in the game today. Because you got to go Giannis.
Okay, Giannis for sure.
You got to go AD.
AD for
Anthony
sure.
Davis. You got to go
Sabonis.
You got to go Sabonis. I look at Sabonis more of a 5. You got to go
Bam.
You got to go Paulo Banchero.
Okay, what about Bam?
You got to go Bam.
Okay.
And I this is mine. So my top 5 power forwards in the NBA this upcoming season.
Okay.
I got Giannis is the number 1.
Okay.
He's number 1 guy. Oh man, Giannis is number 1. AD is 2. I got Paulo Banchero 3.
Okay.
I got Bam 4, and I got Zion 5. Those are my 5.
Wow. I guess I'll go with Giannis, AD, Bam. I'm gonna throw Cat in there.
That's a good one.
And my 5th.
I was on the fence with going with Pascal. I was gonna go with Pascal, but he's not him and Paulo, they're not their traditional 4s. They're kind of face up guys.
They're the cheat code.
Yes.
When you put them up to play against 4s.
Yes.
Because they always demolish them.
They always.
Right? I'm at 4 right now. I'm at 4.
Cat is a good one.
Cat for sure. Zion lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they're gonna.
I'm interested to see.
Cat, who you got? Who you were gonna say? He plays 5, but it's just like Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan played 5 a lot, but he's a 4 for real.
Right.
You know, and like AD they want him to play the 5, but he's like, I know I'm a damn 4. I'm not doing that shit.
I'm gonna go with Pascal.
Pascal?
Pascal.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Let us know what you guys think as far as the greatest power forward of all time, and let us know who do you have as the top 5 power forwards in the NBA in this upcoming season. We want to hear from you guys. But this one, we're gonna go local. We're local. We've been waiting on this one for a while.
For a hot minute, man.
We took a little break from this, but we're gonna go back into it. We want to know the greatest players, your top 5 players to ever come out of Brampton. Top 5 players to come out of Brampton. Who you got?
All right. Well, I got Tristan Thompson. Okay. I got my man Sharon Edwards.
Ooh, I love Sharon.
All right. I got my man Sefton Barrett.
Ooh, tough.
I got my man Patrick Tatum.
Ooh, yeah. Shout out the Tatum family.
The Tatum family.
Trio
that's royalty over there.
The Tatum trio was
definitely
just insane.
And I got my man Paul Blake. We know him as Bibby.
Ooh, Bibby.
Right?
Ooh, I forgot about Bibby. Right? Oh, man.
And you know what? Shout out Elvis Dennis, man. Like, you know, point guard. You know what I mean? He should have been on that list. You're number 6. But yeah, my top 5. My top 5 is Tristan Thompson, Sharon Edwards, Sefton Barrett, Paul Blake, Patrick Tatum.
Damn, you got me with that one. The Bibby one, you got me with that one. Damn.
You can't forget Bibby, man.
Yeah, my list is. So, I got Tyler Ennis.
Okay.
I got Dylan Ellis.
Yes.
I got Dave Thomas.
Okay.
So if you guys don't know who Dave Thomas is, this is Dave Thomas, Golden Boy.
Golden Boy.
He was a 6'7", 6'7" wing, can do everything and played at Michigan State. I believe he won a chip with those guys over there with the Flintstones, like Mateen Cleaves and those guys.
Yes.
I believe he's still coaching over there at Michigan State as well with Tom Izzo. He's assistant coach. So shout out to Dave Thomas. That's a guy that we don't really talk about too much, but he's up there for sure. Then I got Anthony Bennett, and then I got Patrick Tatum at my
Right.
5. So
Right.
I got some honorable mentions though, like who was tough. I got Kevin Dennis. I got
Yeah.
Elvis Dennis, the
Yeah.
brothers. I got Tristan Thompson, obviously, Sefton Barrett, Theo Davis. Shout out to Theo
Man, shout out
Davis.
Theo.
AJ Lawson, obviously. I got to shout out to my boy Jabs Newbie, one of a phenomenal player, still playing. He played with the CEBL team, with the Brampton team. So Jabs, shout out to Jabs. And then Olu Ash, that's my guy, Big John's little brother.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
he's another one from Brampton that was
Yo,
tough.
Brampton got some hoopers,
They
man.
do.
They can go top. They got like maybe at least 30.
Yeah,
Minimum.
it's I'm still even not even saying we don't have the time.
You don't have
We don't have the time. You're right. We just don't have the time.
Right?
But say your list again. Top 5 players to ever come out of Brampton.
Tristan Thompson, Sharon Edwards, Sefton Barrett, Paul Blake, Patrick Tatum.
And my list is Tyler Ennis, Dylan Ennis, Dave Thomas, Golden Boy, Anthony Bennett, and I got Patrick Tatum at the 5. Let us know who is your top 5 players to ever come out of Brampton.
Oh,
Holler at us in the comments. Let's get this one.
Let's
Let's
get
get this one live. So, listen, oh man, this is what hip hop hoops is about. Because I
Yes.
always said, every hooper wants to be a rapper,
Yeah,
and every rapper thinks they could hoop.
exactly.
And this is the epitome of hip hop hoops. There's been several guys who've been NBA players who tried to have a rapping career, I want to say. Steven Jackson, Iverson. I
Yeah.
believe Iverson did have an album.
He had an album.
Yeah. It was just the two ways for guys who had struggles to get out of their circumstances, right? So a lot of these guys are from inner cities, and the way they were able to get out of their circumstances, the hood, the ghetto was, through rapping
Right.
or hooping. What did
Right.
Biggie say? Either what do you say about having a wicked jump shot?
Or he slang rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's that's what the whole thing is, right? And we both come from circumstances, right? And we both, were hoopers trying to make it out, right?
Right.
And you got Jaylen Brown, right? He got this song with ASAP Ferg.
Right.
Just do it.
Right.
Just like
do
Nike.
it.
Just do it.
I don't know what kind of method. I don't know what kind of trolling he's on right now.
What is your thoughts on this song? You obviously heard it.
Yeah, man. I watched the video actually, man.
You said it was like 6 minutes long.
6 minutes long, man. You know what I mean? He really put a lot of creativity in it. It wasn't bad, man. It was like mellow, somewhat cruising. You know what I mean? A summertime vibe, but end of summertime vibe. Labor Day, you're just driving. You know what I mean? The man's a champ right now, man. He's feeling himself. It wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? You know what? It comes off a little better because he won a chip and he
Right.
was the MVP
Right.
and he was the conference MVP. You know what I mean? Because I seen a track. I think I sent it to you last night. I seen a track with him rapping over the 21 Questions.
Yes.
50 Cent.
Yes.
And that was bad.
And they had their shirts off, so it made it even worse.
It made it even worse.
Yeah.
And they weren't winning nothing back then.
No.
You know what I mean? So
don't be dancing with 2 men in a room and your shirts off.
oh
It's
man,
not a
so
go. Sorry.
that it kind of it wasn't it. But this track right here, just
Right.
given the fact that he's a winner, he's a
Right.
champ,
Right.
yeah, it slaps a little different, man. It slaps a little different, man.
Jaylen Brown needs to stay in the gym. I know you won a chip. I know you're a champion, but we've seen a lot of guys who, like, I believe that the Celtics have a chance, an opportunity to do something special.
Yes.
I think they can win multiple chips. They're young. They're not even 30.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even close. I think their oldest player might be Drew Holiday.
No, Al Horford for
Or
sure.
no, Al Horford. Yes, you're right. Al Horford is a contributor.
Yeah.
He is a contributor to Al Horford. I'm glad he actually won. So
Right.
shout out to Al. But they're still young, and I think that they have an opportunity to do something special
Right.
to run off a few. Like I
They
think they
could
can
go
run
back
off a
to back
few.
for sure.
But with this bullshit right here that he
Yeah,
doing,
yeah, you be losing focus, B.
this bullshit that he got doing, now he want to be a rapper. Soon he gonna start trying to do movies
I hope not. I
and want to
hope.
be Shazam like Shaq and shit.
I hope. I
Get
really.
your ass in the damn gym. Work on your left hand. Get better. Now try to be an MVP of the league. Keep this thing rolling. This shit here that you're doing, it ain't gonna work, man. It ain't gonna work. It's trash.
Can we hear it though?
We can
Can
hear
we hear
it.
it, man? That cruising music.
Can you play this a little bit?
Just do it, man. Just do
My
it.
jersey, all up in the stands. I learned how to touch it without using my hands.
No hands,
Problems too
baby.
deep for any therapist. If we could run it back, would you cherish it? Like I cherish you. But now you get replaced like a pair of shoes. We drowning and I'm wasting my breath. Trying to keep these who don't want to be kept. We hiding our feelings, but our eyes are speaking. When she leave, I fall like it's autumn season.
All right, man. I'm done. That right there is what did he mean by I can touch her without no hands? Was that a shot to
No, it's
Porter?
using the mind, man.
Was that a shot to Porter?
Possibly.
I can touch her without using my hands?
All eyes, baby. All eyes.
How the hell are you gonna touch her without using your hand? I'm so that sounded like a shot to was it a shot to Kevin Porter?
Possibly.
Because Kevin Porter
But he was found innocent. Like she dropped the charges.
She
like,
did drop the charges.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. But it
allegedly
could be.
he whooped her, right?
Yeah.
Well,
We'll see. I mean, Porter's on the Clippers. That Clippers Boston game could be mean.
Wow.
Could be something.
Let me
could be
touch
something.
her. I can touch her without using my hands. Interesting. I want to know from you guys, who is the greatest hooper to rap? I want to know. This is a good question because you got Iverson, you got Shaq, you got Stephen Jackson, you got some guys.
Dame Lillard and Shaq.
You got Dame Lillard.
Dame Lillard and Shaq for me, and I'll probably lean a little bit more towards Shaq because
he had that song with Biggie,
and he had the song with Biggie. You know what I mean? So like, I need the comps a little bit more.
So
you know
let us know what you guys feel about who is the greatest hooper to rap. Hip hop hoops, get it? Songs ass though. Moving on. Listen, let's talk about the Drake 100 gigs. What is your thoughts on this whole 100 gigs stuff?
I love it,
with Drake?
man. I love it, man. He's just putting everybody back on notice. Playtime's over. Back to your regular scheduled programming.
Is it desperation? Because I hear a lot of people, oh man, Drake's spiraling. Like he's just throwing out anything to see if it can catch, or I hear this is the conversation.
Right. I mean,
because I read comments and I see it.
But I mean, if he has the music to throw out there, these are throwaways, Joe. Like,
to me, I just don't understand why people think that Drake just never released music like this. Like he always released music.
You feel me?
A lot of it.
I feel like people are still in their feelings. There are a lot of guys and girls that just want to see Drake leave.
I hear guys like from the Joe Budden podcast, like, yo, let us miss you for a little while. Yeah. Bro, his music's not for you.
Bottom line.
He's giving his music and the content to his hardcore fans. If you don't like it, just don't listen. Sit out, because there's millions that are going to listen to it. But you see, it always has to be this conversation, right? Like everybody, even to me, I don't like certain music, I ain't listening to it. I just ain't listening to it.
You're not gonna hear me talk about it.
Like, I'm not listening to it.
Right.
It's bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to make this a Kendrick and Drake thing, but I'm not a huge Kendrick guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few songs that I do like from Kendrick, but when Kendrick album drops, I'm not going to get it. I'm not. The only reason why I would ever listen to it now, because he's made it interesting because of this beef with Drake, and I want to see if he's going to diss Drake again.
Right.
But the other albums, skimmed. Like I had to go back and like listen to more, like to see what the hype was about. But I don't like, if I don't like the music, I'm not really gonna listen like that, and I'm not gonna talk about it. So it's like, if guys don't like, if you guys want him to be gone, just don't listen. Like, to me, it just doesn't make any sense, right? So I do like the gigs. I don't think it's about him just throwing content out there to try, because people are saying like he's trying to throw something out there so he can get like a God's plan, or he wants that kind of hit.
Right.
But I'm like, not every song on an album is gonna be a God's plan
Facts.
where it goes diamond or whatever it's sold, or not every song is gonna be like that, or he'd be undeniably the greatest to ever live.
Bottom line.
So I'm not sure why this criteria is like all the songs that he released are good songs.
They're great songs.
They're very good songs.
And and it's gonna listen to it more and more and more. It's just gonna rub off on you. Like, you know what I mean? Right now, people still got their defense mechanisms
I
up for the
don't
boy.
understand.
But he's slowly
I
chipping
don't
at it, man. He's
understand
slowly
why.
cracking
Like,
everybody's
just
shield.
let it. Like, okay, if you guys feel like Drake lost the beef, that's cool. It's fine.
Right.
Can we get back to this enjoying the music?
Hey, don't sleep. Game 2, though.
Yeah, but I
Don't
want to get to
sleep.
that
Don't
just for a
sleep,
second.
man. Don't
But
sleep.
do you know one thing too is that Kendrick's not giving his audience anything to listen to.
Right.
So they got to come over here, and their plan is, let me come over here and hate.
Let me hate a bit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So because I don't have no music. Kendrick's not giving anybody any music. If Kendrick was giving music, then maybe they wouldn't pay attention to the Drake stuff and they'll just listen to the Kendrick stuff and enjoy his music. But if you want him to go away, you go away. You go away and let his hardcore fans enjoy the content. I didn't watch the content like that for real.
Yeah.
But the music, I like the music.
Facts.
What was your favorite song from 100 Gigs so far? Because he dropped through 6 songs.
He dropped 6. I like No Face.
It's Up is tough.
You know what I mean? It's Up is tough. SOD here in the full SOD track.
Right. I'm not a huge fan of the SOD second verse.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could have left that away. Like, I didn't like Yachty's when I heard Yachty's part either.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't a huge fan of the SOD second verse. The first verse I do like, and the beat is tough. The beat is tough.
And what was it? Circadian Rhythm.
Circadian Rhythm.
Yeah, that can go. I like everything that he put out, man, and just keep listening.
Speak
to it,
my
man.
language.
Hey.
That's just tough. So let's listen to what we got first, Ken. We're gonna just listen to it a little bit.
Got No Face.
This is from.
Yeah, let's do
This is 100 Gigs, man. Get it.
Try not to boy out, but fuck it, I'm staying on. Oh, keep on sending me slaps to go crazy on 40. Keep saying it's time to be patient. There's so many people, we turning the tables on. Capo got plans, but we'll say that for later on. Hush and keep saying they know that they played it wrong. Katie just text what the fuck are we waiting on? Damn. Me, I'm expressionless. Niggas be talking about don't shoot the messenger. 555, get shot for way less than here. None of you pussies is blocking my blessings here. What? All these just throwing success in your face. All of these baddies obsessed with my face. All the shit they don't address in my face. I can't be showing no stress in my face. What? Yeah, no face. No face.
No face.
No face.
Okay.
No face. No face. No face.
Yo, he is spitting. He is good. He is rapping.
Come on, man.
He's rapping. If you guys want to say Kendrick made him rap again, cool. I'm okay with that. He's rapping. If you are going to sit in my face,
Control Alt
that was crazy. That
Delete.
was crazy. Control Alt Delete with that one. If you're gonna stand around me and say that No Face is a bad record and it's not a banger, you're just a hater. You are just a hater.
Bottom line, man.
And I see the hate in a lot of you guys. I see it in
okay though, man.
I see it in the Elliots and the Joes and you guys, the demise of Drake, it didn't work.
You tried.
They tried.
E for effort, man.
Yes.
A big
guys, he's the #1 streaming artist in August, and he's killing everybody with like four something. What was the numbers? Could we get the numbers of that, Ken? But like he's the #1. He's been the #1 artist streaming hip hop artist. I think he's not the #1 artist. I think hip hop artist.
Mm-hmm.
I think Taylor Swift. I think she's #1 artist. Period. But for the month of August, what are the numbers in the month of August?
1.21 billion.
Who's #1? Yeah.
Probably.
So that was so Drake is #1 hip hop artist. Yes. So again, I said this a while ago and they killed me. So Drake has been the #1 streamed artist every single month of the year, and this is September 1st, guys. So, do you guys want to place a bet that what he would do in the month of September? You guys want to lose some money? I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to 100 Gigs. Let's get what else we got for us, Kent? Let's go with that one.
I hate the weed too hard. You send an 8-minute voice, don't straight from the heart. I reply like, yo, whatever. When can you come get your stuff? I need this shit out the crib. I think it's bringing bad luck. Plug in, now you're lit. I pull the plug, now you're stuck. Dignity over a nut. Weak man on the cut. How many doors are they shut? How many feathers they pluck? Rap game like my sleeping pattern, cause how the fuck I'm still up? Yeah, niggas don't speak my language. Niggas don't speak my language. Niggas don't speak my language. Yeah. How the fuck I'm still up?
Hey, yo, man. Listen.
Oh, come on, man.
Yo, call it what you want. You got the boy rapping again. That's cool. I'm okay with that. These are throwaways. His throwaways are slaps. His throwaways are slaps. Guys, just enjoy the music, man. Don't dance behind the door.
I know.
You know, because
talk your shit, close the door, and you gotta fully dance it.
Don't do that. Just enjoy the music. You know it's good music. You know, like, and if you don't want to enjoy it, get out the way and let us enjoy it. Circadian rhythm, man.
Yeah,
He posted these, and it was throwaways, right?
Yeah.
And what are the numbers? He dropped it on a random like Friday or something like that, right? And one is that it was that he did like 1 million in the first day. They're at 6.65 million and 4.9 million.
Wow.
So imagine if he have dropped those on Spotify's and Apple Podcasts right away. These are throwaways.
Straight up.
Anyways, man, some of the content on 100 gigs that, especially the one that was going viral, was he posted a clip from Rasheed Wallace. And Rasheed Wallace, I don't know what series that was, but he was talking about, no, we will win game 2. That was the thing that standed out.
Right.
What is is this something that Drake is asking for round 2? Or if it is, what is your thoughts on that? Should he do it or no?
Listen, man, this is hip hop, man. This is hip hop. This is what hip hop's all about.
Like,
I mean, you got me, okay. You know what I mean? You guys, you got rid of my tailor-made track that really handicapped me in the first battle. We ain't done. And
they spend a shitload of money on just promoting this whole, you know, apparently like Kendrick spent like $350K on promo and stuff like this for this in this beef.
Well, yo, you got a Grammy.
That's crazy.
He's gonna probably get a Grammy out of it.
So, bro, and then, you know, I heard the Interscope. Interscope was behind it, pushing the song to get to number 1. I don't know how true this was. This is what I've been hearing, but what you just said was perfect, right? Like, it's just hip hop. Like, when this battle was happening, didn't we all have fun when it was? I thought it was fun.
It was super fun. It was so
I was like,
competitive.
shit. I couldn't wait. I'm like, yo, drop, Kendrick, drop. Yo, Drake, drop. I had fun listening to it.
Right.
Shit's boring. So why wouldn't we want to have a round 2?
Why not?
If you feel Drake lost, cool. I don't really feel like, again, my stance on this whole battle, I feel that Drake didn't get out-rapped. I think Kendrick's strategy was better.
Outmaneuvered him, man.
That's what I go with.
Right.
You know, I think his strategy was just better than Drake's, and I don't think Drake looked at it like Drake was just having fun. I don't think Drake was as serious, but I don't think that Drake's gonna go down that rabbit hole again playing games.
Right.
So I think this one, he got some. If he's asking for round 2, he got something that's career ending for this guy. He got to, or I'd sit it out.
Right.
If he's not gonna come with the same strategy again.
Right.
Drake got about 10 tracks right now for this guy.
Easy.
And they're all ether. And this one, he's trying to bait him, like, let's come on. I don't want your little cousins and your little other DJ Head and all those other weird. I don't want those guys.
Right.
I talk to me, you.
Yeah.
So again, I look at it like, yo, it's rap. I think that was a fun time in hip hop that we had those few months or whatever the month. I don't mind seeing it happen again. So I'm not sure what all the Kendrick fans are so scared about. Like, just, yo, game on.
Game on.
If you say this is a whole nother series, cool. This is a whole nother year. Cool.
So be it, bro.
Yo, let's do round 2. You know what he meant. You know what he meant. Round 2, if that's what he meant. I don't know.
We don't know. But that's how I feel.
This is how everybody feels.
Bottom line.
So if this is how he feels and he wants a round 2, why not?
Bottom line.
Why not?
Oh,
You know, so.
So a quick shout out though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tory Lanez, man, earns 5 new platinum and gold
man.
RIAA certifications, all while being independent, all while being behind bars. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So that's dope, man.
You gotta
Shout out Tory.
Tory.
He's coming out with the heat same way.
Yeah.
Coming like he took a page out of Vibe Cartel's book.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And just
Yeah.
figuring it out. You know what I mean? So shout out to Tory Lanez.
Definitely got to shout out Tory.
And shout out to TV Gucci, man.
Oh, yes.
I don't give a
Yes.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yep.
I might bad for swearing, but like, abbreviate that.
It's all
You know
good.
what I mean?
He just dropped that track.
Ooh.
It's a banger.
Ooh, it's a banger.
Yeah,
It's a banger.
The video gonna go up. Yeah, keep supporting my guy TV Gucci, man. Ray Moon, all Toronto artists, man, in the city, man.
They're doing it.
Yeah, we
They're
are doing it.
They're flooding it. The underground right now there's a flood under there, man.
I'm happy to see it.
Let's go,
see
man.
it. Anything else? That's all I got.
Oh man. No, I'm good, man. I'm good,
All
man.
right,
You know
man.
what I mean? Just keep supporting. You know what I mean? Keep supporting on all social media platforms, man. Run up our numbers a bit, Tell a friend to watch, Shout out everybody that's supporting us. And we're gonna continue to provide you with that hot content, man. Hot like fire. Get me.
And guys, man, if you want to boycott us, man, just let us be, man. We're trying our best to just create
man.
amazing content.
That's it.
We don't want no smoke from nobody,
No
man.
smoke,
We don't want
man.
no smoke. Leave little old hip hop hoops alone, man. All those bigger, businesses that's doing the thing. Shout out to you guys. We don't want no problems. Though.
None.
We just want to stay in our lane and do us.
That's all we're gonna do, man. And that's it, man. Title League, you already know what it is. Distant Cousins all day, man. We
Let's
working.
get it.
Be out.
Yes, sir.